Over the last 8 weeks or so, I've been happily reconnecting with an old school friend of mine whom I've not spoken to for years. It's probable that this would not have happened were it not for the current situation. My old friend currently lives in the United States of America, and it's been a source of considerable joy to have linked up with him again. An exchange of emails has reminded me of the origins of our friendship, the experiences and events of growing up, of time that we shared together in our teenage years and whilst we were at university. When I read the text of his message, I can visualise the person who sent it. There is an emotional bond that is very strong, that cuts through the years and is almost tangible. About 10 years ago, and in similar vein, I received a telephone call from my late father's cousin in Australia. Hearing her voice at the end of the telephone from the other side of the world was remarkable, or at least I thought so at the time. Subsequently, Auntie Aileen, as we referred to her, would ring me or I'd ring her at least once a fortnight, and we got to know about each other pretty well. But it wasn't until she actually visited England that I can honestly say that I actually began to know her as a person. I had the opportunity to spend time in her company, to observe her mannerisms and the faithful, hard-working Christian goodness that exuded from her. It is only in proximity that we can detect the unseen that passes between people, picking up and sensing from their smile or in their eyes or what they just give off about themselves that's beyond the limit of our vocabulary. We might know people, well I do, whose simple presence and without saying a single word can make us feel at ease with ourselves, and they seem to possess an Arcadian calm and tranquility which is so effective. In the Holy Gospels we read about how Jesus engendered peace in people's lives. He knew their need of God and he drew them towards him. He was of his very essence compelling. Virtual images convey things that do not physically exist, but by software are made to appear as if they do. But there was nothing virtual about Jesus, nor is there in the friendships I share and within the family that I love, because behind the virtual image I might share with them exists a relationship that is real. Think of what you're actually doing now. You're not watching the tangible Hugh Byrne, but an image of him. My soul is not in a picture or indeed in this recording. But we live in times when language can easily lead to confusion. I remain constantly baffled as to why so many people will pay a vast fortune to attend a live sporting or musical event only to ignore reality and view whatever it might be through a mobile phone. The Vicarage in Tottington houses a large DVD collection that we've accumulated over many years. When our boys were at school, we would, without exception, play excerpts from Henry V and Chariots of Fire to inspire them before they set off to sit their public examinations. Entertaining as these and many others are, they do not project reality. Christians speak of God as the Holy Trinity, not as it, but he, and in the language of persons. He is not an abstract machine, and neither are human beings. How we speak of God underlies how we understand the interplay of life and what it means to be truly human. There are so many wonderful dimensions to social media that keep people connected, and for some, the sound of a familiar voice on the end of the phone makes a massive difference in facing the day. But we must be very careful not to muddle up what is artificial with what is genuine. Over the last 8 weeks, many have gotten used to virtual link-ups, and one would not want to underestimate their crucial importance at this time. But as we move forward, we will have to commit ourselves to working very hard to build up what holds communities like ours in Tottington together. Not virtual reality, but real relationships and real friendships, experienced and lived and happily shared between real people. So then, keep the faith, and as you pray for me, I shall surely pray for you.